brand new. My name's Addie Wilson.
I'm Matt Childers.
We just started coming here about 2 months ago, I guess. Matt and I met early this year through a mutual friend. I was still living in Nashville, he was here. And I had taken a job here in Jackson, so I knew I was going to be moving here. And I started thinking about where I was going to go to church. That was one of the first things I wanted to find. And Matt just lives down the street, so sometimes I would come to Jackson and visit him at his house, and I would drive past St. Luke's and see it there, you know. And I'd known a few people who were Episcopalians, but I didn't know much about it. So I started looking into it a little bit, and Cody Blue, I don't see him anymore, he was here. He and I went to high school together, so I knew him and knew he was here. And so I asked Matt about it, and he said, yeah, if you want to go there, I'll go with you. So we started coming here 2 months ago. And a common theme throughout the night has been love, embracing, welcoming, and that couldn't be more true. And a lot of people who have grown up in the Episcopal Church probably don't know that that's just not true for a lot of churches. It's certainly not true for, in my experience. I grew up Southern Baptist. I grew up in a tiny church where every sermon had 3 points: hell, fire, and brimstone. And, you know, it was just drilled into us over and over, you know, do this and you'll go to the good place, do this and you'll go to the bad place, you know. And so that's just how I grew up, and that's the way I thought always. And it made me have this idea of God as almost like Santa Claus. You know, this man in the sky watching you to see whether you're good or bad, and taking notes, writing everything down, you know, trying to live up to this standard that just doesn't exist. And once you try doing that for a long time, you finally realize that you just can't. And so you give up, or that's what I did. A lot of people, I think, try to, you know, keep trying and at least try to look like they're doing the right thing. But I didn't. I gave up about, I guess I was probably 16, 17. And then I went to college, and I didn't even look for a church in college. I was out of church for, I guess, 4 years and didn't even think about going. Then I moved to Nashville for law school, and someone told me about a church there called Cross Point. You may have heard of it. It's a big church in Nashville, and I started going there, and it was welcoming, and you know, everyone was welcome. It was very open, and it had everything except it was missing Jesus, basically. All the sermons were very, you know, do this to have a happy life. You know, this is how you can be happy. This is how you can enjoy your life, you know. And it was nice because it took me away from the condemning and I guess hellfire and brimstone messages that I was used to growing up. But you know, after you go and you hear these feel-good messages for 3 years, you get tired of that too. So I wanted to find somewhere that actually preached about Jesus while at the same time opening its doors to everyone, no matter what background you come from, no matter your race, your gender, your sexual orientation, anything. And I found that at St. Luke's. And I sincerely hope that when I'm 76, as Miss Gigi said, that I can look back on my life and say that it revolved around Jesus and St. Luke's.
Yeah, my story, I grew up Catholic, so definitely not the fire and brimstone, so I was fortunate on that. But yeah, like Addie said, you know, I didn't go to church that much. I was probably out of church for 8 to 10 years. I just, not good or bad, I just didn't really want to have anything to do with it. And then well, you come to St. Luke's with me. I'm like, yeah, I'll go, but hopefully she won't ask me to come every week with her. And then dating a lawyer, you never win. So I discovered that and learned that early on. So I said, well, I don't want to go every Sunday. I'll go like once a month with you. And now I'm Sunday, Wednesday, I'm doing it all. The first day we came here, I never forget to tell her after we left that I feel like we found our new church home. That it was just very loving, and everybody's really, nice to us. I know we even got asked if we'd join the choir.
Of course.
And I put it on my head, she's the singer, not me.
Pat must have done that.
But yeah, St. Luke's is an incredible place. Everybody's extremely nice to us. You show very much love and everything. It's just, I just love coming here. So even when we're out of town on weekends, I always I miss going to church, which says a lot. Maybe somebody that didn't go that often, but I truly enjoy it. Love coming here, and everybody's extremely nice to us.